Hey guys, it's Pinkstar and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a book haul for you guys. This is everything that I have purchased or received since August through to the end of November. So there's quite a few. I've got physical, Kindle and ARC books. So I'm going to go through all of those and yeah, tell you guys what I've got. It's pretty exciting. There's some goodies in here. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, so first up we're going to go through all the physical books. So we have Scythe and Thunderhead. I got the toll a while back, earlier this year, really cheap, so I had to purchase the first two books. So I got these, also weren't that expensive, which was great. So I'm really looking forward to picking up this series. Probably early next year I think I'll read these because I've heard really good things, so really need to read them. Alright, next up we have the Bronzed Beasts. I purchased the first two in this series earlier this year and was waiting for this one to come out, so I finally picked this one up. Unfortunately, this doesn't match my other two. The cover matches, but the size is slightly different, which is slightly bothersome. I did actually originally purchase this one from a different store and they sent me a completely different cover. It wasn't this cover and it didn't match at all, so that was frustrating. So I had to get a second copy and then sell the first one. So yeah, but this is the Bronze Beast and another series that I am looking forward to picking up early next year. Alright, next up we have Skander and the Unicorn Thief. I actually got an ARC of this early this year, but I couldn't read it because it was badly formatted, so I didn't end up reading it at all. So I do really want to read this still because it sounded really interesting. Like, it's about Skander Smith and he's always wanted to be a unicorn rider, and I don't know, the cover is amazing and I just love that it's like a printed hardback. Like, it doesn't have a dust jacket on it, it's just printed onto the hardback, and yeah, it's just a really pretty book. So I'm looking forward to giving this a read. So it is a middle grade and I purchased this one for like $6 from Kmart. So good, so yeah. Alright, next up we have another series that I'm looking forward to reading, and that is A Kingdom of the Wicked. I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Cursed, and Kingdom of the Feared. So yes, I've got those and I am looking forward to reading those. They just look really pretty, like all together. Like, look at those spines with the skulls at the top. Stunning. So yeah. Alright, next up we have Dark Rise by C.S. Packet. This one I've just heard some good things about and I've had my eyes on for a little while. Also, I don't know why, but I really like this cover. I like the gold accents and it's just like a really stylized like picture of the boy on the front, and yeah, it's just a nice book. So I am looking forward to reading this. I am a little bit annoyed that this one does have this stupid printed sticker on. Please, publishing companies, stop putting on these printed stickers. Would you just have stickers that we can remove? That would be really fantastic. So apart from that, I do like this book and I am looking forward to giving it a read. Right, next I have Defend the Dawn by Bridget Kamara. This one's got like these like raised like dots on it. I don't know why, but they feel really nice. It's weird. But yes, this is the sequel to Defy the Night. So I haven't actually even read Defy the Night yet, but I picked up the sequel anyway because I'm like that. I like to have the whole thing. Sometimes it bites me in the butt because I end up reading the first book and not liking it, and then I've got the whole series and then I've got to sell the whole thing. But it doesn't happen very often. I don't often DNF books. I tend to like to read the whole thing, you know, just because I'm really optimistic and I hope that things get better, if you know what I mean. I think I've only DNF'd one book and book series this year. So yeah, that's me. I just like to try and finish it before I make my full judgment. But yeah, so that's Defend the Dawn. Alright, next we have Only a Monster. This is on my anticipated releases list for the year, and I've been looking forward to giving this one a read, so I only just recently picked this one up in November. Yeah, it's taken me since, I mean, it came out in like February and I've only just picked it up, but I finally got Only a Monster, and I am looking forward to reading this one because I know the sequel is coming out next year, so I do want to read this one in preparation for when that comes out so I can read that as well. I'm hoping that this is going to be really good. By the sounds of it, it's something that I would really enjoy. So right, next up is a book that I'm most excited to read, and it is a sequel. It is Hunger of the Gods. I finally got this one. So I got Shadow of the Gods earlier in the year, and I read the arc that I had of Shadow of the Gods at the beginning of this year, and it's one of like my favorite books of all time now. So I'm super excited to read this one because I've just heard that it's just as good as the first one, if not better. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. I'm actually surprised this wasn't on the Goodreads nominees for Fantasy of the Year, because everybody that I've heard reviews from loves this. So yeah, I know it's going to be a 5-star before I even pick it up. I just know it is. Yeah, John Gwynne, probably one of my new favourite authors, and I'm looking forward to picking up the rest of his books next year as well. Alright, next we have some special editions. I have the Barnes & Noble exclusive for Once Upon a Broken Heart. I picked this one up because I then got the signed special edition of The Ballad of Never After, and so I got them together, and they're just so pretty. I love the pink, and like the pastel pink and the pastel purple is just stunning. Yeah, for some reason this is probably the one cover that I actually like the American version better than the UK version. So yeah, but pick that up. So yeah, as I said, this one is also signed. Where is it? I can't even find it. There, front page. So that one is signed by Stephanie Garber, which is awesome. So yes, got those. And second to last, we have the Atlas Paradox. I recently read the Atlas 6 and I did really enjoy it. It wasn't a 5-star that I thought it was going to be, but it was still really good. And I am really looking forward to reading this one. And this is the Waterstones signed exclusive edition. It's got these cool edges. It matches my Waterstones Atlas 6 edition. So yes. So it's got these like really nice end papers, and yeah, it's signed. Alright, and lastly is probably like the prettiest book that I currently own, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is the Fairy Loot edition. It's stunning. Look at those edges. Insane. This is so pretty. It's got end papers as well. And what is the, look at the cover. This is the hardback. Hardback is just as stunning as the front. Like, amazing. And this one is also signed. So yes, and pretty much everyone that I've seen reviews from has loved this, and it's a lot of people's book of the year, so I feel like I'm also gonna love it. So yeah, definitely need to pick this up early next year and give it a read, because yes, it just sounds amazing, and I love this edition. It's just so pretty. Alright, so that is it for all my physical books. I did purchase some Kindle books that were really cheap. All of these that I've purchased are generally under $5. Couple, like most of them are probably like $1 or $2. Crazy cheap prices. I always buy Kindle books when they're on special. I have a wish list on my Kindle, and I just check it every so often, and if there's anything on special then I will purchase them when they're cheap. First up I got Wicked Fox and Vicious Spirits. So I think this is a duology, but I purchased these ones and I think they were both like $2 each at the time. So yeah, I couldn't resist getting them. So we'll give those a read. I'm pretty sure they're like about like a nine-tailed fox sort of retelling, like the legend of the nine-tailed fox. I'm not 100% sure, but from what I can remember when I purchased these, they sounded amazing. So yes. Next I got A Forest of Stars. Can't remember what this is about, but I purchased this one. I think this was free, or it might have been like 99 cents or something stupidly cheap, which is why I got this one. Next I got The Poppy War. This one is actually one that I'm hoping I'm going to love. This is also by R.F. Kuang, who wrote Babel. And I've just heard amazing things about this series, so hopefully I enjoy this book. If I do, I may end up purchasing the whole thing as a physical copy, but for now I just purchased this while it was on special so that I could give it a read and see if it is something that I will enjoy. Next I got Illborn. This one I think was either free at the time or like $1. So I purchased this one. I have heard some really good things about the story, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a read. It is like I'm pretty sure it's like an epic fantasy. I don't know. It just looks great. I've heard really good things about it, so yeah, we will give it a read and see what we think. Yeah, next up is probably the only one that's not a fantasy, and that is The Spanish Love Deception. I've heard mixed things about this. Some people give it a 5-star, some people said it was like average, give it a 3-star. I don't know, it sounds really good. I haven't got that many romances in my Kindle list, so I do want to read a few more, and this just definitely sounds like one I need to read. Also, everybody on TikTok just keeps talking about it, and like Bookstagram. It's just a huge book that everybody pretty much talked about for like the whole of like the end of last year, beginning of this year, and so it was cheap and I picked it up while it was on special. Next we have The Witch Collector, also another one that was $1 on special, so grabbed this while I could, though I am slightly moving away from like witchy stories because I feel like every time I read a book about witches it's just average, and I just don't know whether it's just the book or whether it's the fact that it's about witches that I don't like. I don't know. We will just read a couple more and see what we think. If all the rest of these witchy stories that I own are not great, then I'll probably just decide that I don't really like witch stories and move away from purchasing them in the future. Alright, last off on my Kindle I got She Who Became the Sun. I think this is more of a historical fiction fantasy. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds good. It's like Chinese mythology, and I don't know why, but the last couple of Chinese mythology books that I've read I really enjoyed, so I'm hoping it, you know, is really good as well. I have heard really good things. I know it's got really good reviews, so I picked this one up. I literally got this the last week of November, so it's the most recent purchase that I've made, and it was like $4. So yeah. Alright, and lastly we have ARC books, and firstly we have Where the Light Dies. This is the 4th book in the Blood of Eth series, and I'm currently reading this one. I love this series, so hopefully this one is amazing as well. We shall see at the end of this month what I thought, but yeah, that's that one. Next we have Frost by C. and Crawford. I got this ARC from the author themselves. The last one was from NetGalley. I should probably tell you where I'm getting them from. This one was direct from the author, and I absolutely loved her Demon Trials trilogy, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a read. I was hoping I would have read it by now, but I just haven't had the time, so I'm prioritizing this one for early next year. Next we have No Such Thing. This was from Book Sirens, and I have actually read this one. I have a review out on it. I did really enjoy it. It is like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, based from the boys' perspective. So yeah, it was really interesting and I enjoyed it, and yeah, if you like Beauty and Beast retellings, I would check this one out. Next we have Strike the Zither. This is from NetGalley, and I read this one in November and I did really enjoy it. This is a Chinese mythology retelling, based from the Three Kingdoms, I think it is. I've never read the Three Kingdoms, so I wasn't actually sure what it was all about, but I really enjoyed it. It was a little bit strange to get into at the beginning. They use a lot of nicknames and things, but I did really enjoy it. I liked the main character and I just thought it was really well done. So yeah, I'm looking forward to picking up the next one of this series. Next we have Broken Souls. This is an adult fantasy. I can't remember what it's about, but I also got this from NetGalley. Yeah, haven't read it yet, but we will be hopefully early next year. And another one from NetGalley, we have City of Lost Souls. This is by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I think he does a lot of sci-fi, but this is a fantasy story, and yeah, it just looked really good and I love the cover, so hopefully it is amazing, and another one that I need to pick up ASAP. Alright, and lastly, another one from NetGalley, and this sounds really cute. It's got a really long name, ready for it? It is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and I'm really excited to pick this one up ASAP. It just seems really cute. If I have time this month, I might read it at the end of the month. We shall see. But yeah, just seems really cute. I love a good fairy story, so we shall see. Alright, so that is it for this video. That's all the books that I have purchased from August to the end of November. Quite a few. So the next haul will probably be December, Christmas sort of thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll go through and do like December, January, but there is a couple of books that I've already purchased for December that haven't arrived yet, and I know I'm getting some for Christmas. So anyway, if you did like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and post a comment down below if you've read any books, or if any of these books are ones that you want to purchase or want to read. And if you have any recommendations of books for me to read, let me know. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button because you don't want to miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!